So, welcome Gurseerat. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm also doing very well. I'm really excited to have you here in an interview series today here at Girl Power Talk.
Thank you so
I
much.
really love the food of El Mexicano. It's one of my go-to places in Chandigarh. And I think there's a lot of things I and the audience wants to know about the place and you as well. What really inspired you to get into Mexican cuisine here in Chandigarh?
So I was actually working out of Bangalore and I used to have a lot of Mexican food. There was a Mexican QSR right below my office. When I moved back, that's when I realized that there's this niche in the Chandigarh market. So I wanted to capture that, and that's how the entire idea was born.
Oh, that's really good. So, do you think your education helped you in some way or the other in managing a food joint?
Education, no, because I've done my bachelor's in commerce. After that, my first job was with a beer company, and that is where I actually got to know about the ins and outs of running a restaurant, a bar, and the likes of it. I've always been very passionate about food, so that is something that's always been my calling, if you want to say. But otherwise, I don't have any formal education in terms of hospitality.
Any fun fact that you would like to share about Mexican food that you think?
I think one misconception I would like to talk about is how everybody thinks that it's very, very spicy. It's not. You can like Indian food, you can vary the spice levels, but I don't think it's supposed to be very spicy all the time.
Okay. So, what's the most unique dish if you have to choose from your menu?
I think I'm personally very proud of how my burrito bowls and burritos turn out. That they are my highest selling, and I'm also very happy with how they come out.
So the audience of Chandigarh is liking it.
Yes, definitely.
So how do you bring the taste of Mexico when you have to give it into your dishes and everything?
So obviously I've had to, sort of give it like a fusion twist to it. But for the majority part of it, I spent 3 months in South America during my school time.
Okay.
And that is where I actually sort of started picking up flavors of South American cuisine. Yes, there's definitely an Indian touch to it. I've had to do it. There is no other way I could have been able to survive otherwise. But yes, so I just hope that the trade-off is something that people like.
Okay. So I think it's very important to stay innovative when it comes to the food market. So how do you keep your menu innovative?
Innovative, I think, is one part of it. So, trying or experimenting with flavors, with recipes, with something new that can be done. But also at the same time, I believe that I want to focus on standardization, because now that I'm expanding, I want the same experience, the same taste to go out in all my stores. Again, it is that very thin sort of trade-off or the right balance between the two things. So, yes, but personally, I am more for standardization.
Right, that is also great. So, if somebody is trying Mexican for the first time, what would you recommend?
I would definitely recommend go for either the burrito bowl or the tacos.
So, the burrito bowl is really doing great in the
Yes,
market.
it is.
When did you realize that the people of Chandigarh are really liking and getting into your food, and how?
I think the best part is when I go out, I meet somebody for the first time, and in our conversation, then they get in, I really like your food. I've had that happen to me multiple times, and that is when I started realizing that what I'm doing is actually clicking, it's sticking. Yeah, I think numbers speak for themselves. That is separate. It is this repeat appreciation, with new people that I meet. That is when, it's slowly started sinking in.
So, appreciation is something that really helped you to know apart from the numbers.
Definitely. And to be honest, initially when I started out, I used to actually count my repeat customers.
Yeah.
Because that was something ki acha, if he's coming back or if she's coming back, then that means they really like it. So that was again like a assurance for me. Theek hai, what you're doing is okay. Another thing that I do is I go around and I look at the empty boxes. If it's empty, that means they liked it and they ate it.
Yeah, that also matters.
Yes.
Okay.
I still do that.
So, if you have to describe your restaurant in 3 emojis.
Emojis.
Yeah.
I think one would be that happy party emoji. I want people to be happy. Another one, I think the one emoji with those heart eyes is another one. But yeah, basically, happy emojis, something where people are happy.
You might have visited other cafes and restaurants in the city as well.
Yes.
So, if you have to choose a place that is something other than your own cafe that you like.
One of my all-time favorites would definitely be Tintin or Pan Asian. I enjoyed Tulum also.
Dhalom is also really
Yeah.
big. So if given a chance, if you had the opportunity of getting one celebrity to your place, so who would it be and what would you like them to try?
I think any chef for that matter. I don't have a particular celebrity like
Okay.
that. Any good chef, and I would honestly I would want them to try anything and just give me feedback. You know, how can we improve it, make it better, etc. etc.
Any one single or major USPs that you have for El Mexicano?
Again, like I said, when I was designing the entire menu, I wanted like a Bain Mary up front. You must have seen that in my stalls, where I wanted people to be able to pick and choose for their burritos or their burrito bowls. That is something that I'm really, really proud of. It draws people in. I'm very happy with that.
People resonate basically
Yes.
with the concept.
And it's easier for them to choose. When it's made to your liking, they enjoy it more. And just the very sight of seeing your food being prepared in front of you like that, and like a quick meal, I think that also really helps.
Okay. How do you handle any negative feedback or criticism?
Initially, when I started out, I used to panic with every negative feedback that I got, and I used to go all over the place trying to check what happened, and trying to inculcate everything, whatever feedback I got. I did that also, but then it backfired on me. So I had to slowly learn, to separate negative feedback from constructive feedback and see what actually fits into my brand. It's taking away from the essence of what I'm trying to build vis-a-vis what is actually helpful and, will actually sort of elevate what I'm trying to build. Yes, it definitely puts you down, because you're working so hard. But I think it is also a major, major building block for your success. So yeah, like anything that comes my way, I look into it, I see what it is. And then accordingly, I see how I can sort of maneuver.
So it's something you think that is also necessary whenever.
Definitely. There is no growth without negative feedback.
What was your first thought when you heard about the name of our organization, the Girl Power Talk?
I genuinely thought this was something about empowering women, building women up, or just talking about how women are doing so well, breaking glass ceilings and all of that. And I think more or less, like, you guys fit into that, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So if you had to give a dish to our organization, something,
what?
A dish.
Oh, a dish.
Anything from your cuisine that represents our organization.
Let me think.
Yeah, sure.
A dish to your organization, like a nacho maybe, because you can have it as is or with accompaniments, and it'll still go either way. I think that is like a very bad sort of correlation with women empowerment, but yeah, like, I mean, they can do well with a team, alone, so that kind of.
So I think that was it from my end. Anything else you want your audience to know? Anything about El Mexicano or you?
Things are gonna get bad, they're gonna get worse, they're gonna get even worse. But like, if you just keep at it, you'll get through it. And I think having a good support system makes the world of a difference. Luckily, I had a great one. But I think if you just keep at it, you'll sail through. It's fine.
So it was lovely having you here.
Thank you. It was lovely being here.